Have you ever woken up on a hot summer morning feeling perfectly fine, only to find yourself dizzy, confused, or even worse by mid-afternoon? You're not alone, and what I'm about to share with you could literally save your life this summer. As we get older, especially after 70, our bodies handle heat and hydration very differently than they used to, and some of the morning habits we follow for decades can actually put us in serious danger when the temperature rises. My name is Adam, and I've been working with seniors for over 20 years, helping them navigate the unique health challenges that come with aging gracefully. Today, I want to talk to you about 3 critical morning hydration mistakes that could be putting your health and even your life at risk during these hot summer months. These aren't dramatic, obvious mistakes that you'd immediately recognize as dangerous. Instead, they're everyday habits that seem perfectly normal, maybe even healthy, but can have devastating consequences when you're over 70 and the mercury starts climbing. In this video, we're going to uncover these 3 dangerous morning hydration mistakes, understand exactly why they're so risky for people in their 70s and beyond, and most importantly, I'll give you simple, practical alternatives that will keep you safe, healthy, and energized all summer long. By the end of our time together, you'll know exactly how to start your mornings in a way that protects your body and gives you the confidence to enjoy these beautiful summer days without worry. Now, before we dive in, I want you to know that everything I'm sharing today is based on medical research, specifically focused on older adults and heat-related health risks. This isn't about fear-mongering or making you paranoid about every sip of water you take. It's about empowering you with knowledge that could genuinely make the difference between a wonderful, active summer and a trip to the emergency room. Let's start with the first dangerous morning mistake, and this one might surprise you because it involves something most of us consider essential for good health. That first cup of coffee or tea you reach for the moment you wake up. Now, I know what you're thinking. Coffee and tea have been part of your morning routine for probably 50 years or more, and they've never caused you any problems before. But here's what happens in your body after 70 that changes everything. As we age, our kidneys don't process fluids as efficiently as they once did, and our body's natural thirst mechanism becomes less reliable. When you combine this with caffeine's diuretic effect, which causes your body to lose water through increased urination, you're setting yourself up for dehydration before you've even had breakfast. During hot summer weather, this becomes incredibly dangerous. While you're sipping that comforting cup of coffee, feeling like you're doing something normal and healthy, your body is actually losing precious fluids at a time when it needs them most. The caffeine kicks your metabolism into high gear, raising your internal body temperature just as the outside temperature is climbing. Your kidneys, already working less efficiently, struggle to balance the fluid loss with the heat stress your body is experiencing. But here's the part that makes this truly dangerous. You won't feel thirsty. Your aging thirst mechanism doesn't send those urgent signals like it used to, so you have no idea that you're becoming dangerously dehydrated. By the time you notice symptoms like dizziness, confusion, or weakness, you could already be in a medical crisis. Heat exhaustion and heat stroke don't announce themselves gradually in older adults. They can hit suddenly and severely. So what should you do instead? Start your morning with a full glass of room temperature water before you even think about that coffee or tea. I'm not saying you have to give up your beloved morning beverages entirely, but you need to hydrate your body first. Think of it as priming your system for the day ahead. After you've had that glass of water and given your body 15 to 20 minutes to process it, then you can enjoy your coffee or tea. But here's the key. For every cup of caffeinated beverage you drink, follow it with an additional glass of water within the next hour. This simple change in timing and ratio can make an enormous difference in how your body handles the heat throughout the day. You're giving your kidneys the fluid they need to function properly. You're supporting your body's natural cooling system, and you're creating a foundation of proper hydration that will protect you as temperatures rise. The second dangerous morning mistake involves something that many people think is the ultimate healthy choice: drinking ice-cold water first thing in the morning. I understand the logic here. It's hot outside, you want to cool down, and that ice-cold water feels refreshing and energizing. But when you're over 70, this seemingly innocent choice can trigger a cascade of problems in your body. Here's what happens when you shock your system with ice-cold water first thing in the morning. Your digestive system, which is already slower and more sensitive than it was in your younger years, goes into a kind of defensive mode. The extreme cold causes your blood vessels to constrict rapidly, which puts additional strain on your heart and can cause your blood pressure to spike suddenly. For someone over 70, especially if you have any existing heart conditions or blood pressure issues, this sudden shock can be genuinely dangerous. But the hydration problem is even more serious. When you drink ice-cold water, your body has to work hard to bring that water up to body temperature before it can actually use it for hydration. This process requires energy and actually raises your internal body temperature, which is the exact opposite of what you want on a hot summer morning. Meanwhile, the cold temperature can slow down your digestive system, making it harder for your body to absorb the water efficiently. Additionally, ice-cold water can interfere with your body's natural morning processes. When you wake up, your metabolism is naturally slower, and your digestive system is just beginning to wake up for the day. Shocking it with extremely cold water is like throwing cold water on a car engine that's just starting up. It disrupts the natural warming and activation process your body needs to function optimally throughout the day. The safer, more effective alternative is surprisingly simple. Drink room temperature or slightly cool water instead. I know it doesn't feel as immediately refreshing as that ice-cold glass, but your body will thank you for it. Room temperature water is absorbed more quickly and efficiently by your digestive system. It doesn't shock your cardiovascular system and actually provides better, longer-lasting hydration because your body can put to use immediately rather than spending energy to warm it up first. If you really crave that cooling sensation, try adding a few slices of cucumber, lemon, or mint to your room temperature water. These natural additions provide a refreshing taste and smell that can give you that psychological sense of cooling without the physical shock to your system. You'll get better hydration, protect your heart and digestive system, and still enjoy a refreshing start to your day. Now that we've covered these first two critical mistakes involving coffee, tea, and ice-cold water, let me share something that ties them both together. The real danger isn't just in making one of these mistakes occasionally. The danger comes when these habits compound each other and create a perfect storm of dehydration risk. When you start your morning with coffee or tea and follow it with ice-cold water, thinking you're balancing things out, you're actually creating two separate stresses on your body that can combine to create serious health risks as the day gets hotter. This brings us to the third and perhaps most dangerous morning hydration mistake. And this one is going to shock you because it involves something that doctors and health experts have been telling us to do for years. I'm talking about drinking a large amount of water all at once first thing in the morning, thinking that you're getting ahead of your hydration needs for the day. You've probably heard the advice to drink 8 glasses of water a day, and maybe you've even heard that you should start your day by drinking 2 or 3 glasses right away to make up for the hours you spent sleeping without any fluid intake. On the surface, this sounds logical, even admirable. You're being proactive about your health, taking charge of your hydration before the heat of the day sets in. But when you're over 70, this approach can be incredibly dangerous. And here's why. As we age, our kidneys undergo significant changes that most people don't realize until it's too late. After 70, your kidney function naturally declines, typically operating at about 60 to 70% of what it was when you were younger. This means they can't process large amounts of fluid quickly and efficiently like they used to. When you flood your system with a large volume of water all at once, you're essentially overwhelming organs that are already working at reduced capacity. What happens next is where the real danger lies. Your kidneys can't keep up with the sudden influx of fluid, so your body starts diluting your blood sodium levels. This condition is called hyponatremia, and in older adults, it can develop frighteningly fast. The symptoms start subtle. Maybe you feel a little nauseous, slightly confused, or unusually tired. You might dismiss these feelings as normal morning grogginess or perhaps blame them on the heat. But hyponatremia can progress rapidly to seizures, coma, and even death. The cruel irony is that while you're trying to protect yourself from dehydration, you're actually creating a different but equally dangerous condition. Your body becomes waterlogged, your electrolyte balance goes haywire, and your brain starts to swell as it tries to cope with imbalanced fluid levels. In hot weather, When you're already stressed and perhaps not thinking as clearly as usual, you might not recognize these warning signs until it's too late. But there's another layer to this danger that makes it even more insidious. When you drink too much water too quickly in the morning, your body's natural response is to get rid of the excess fluid as quickly as possible. So you end up urinating frequently throughout the morning, which means you're losing not just the excess water, but also essential electrolytes like sodium and potassium that your body desperately needs to function properly in hot weather. By mid-morning, you might actually be more dehydrated than when you started, but now you're also depleted of crucial minerals. Your body's cooling system, which depends on proper electrolyte balance, can't function effectively. Your heart has to work harder because your blood volume and mineral balance are off. And your brain, which is extremely sensitive to electrolyte imbalances, may start sending confused signals throughout your body. So what's the safe alternative? Instead of flooding your system with water all at once, you need to think of hydration as a gentle, steady process throughout the morning. Start with 1 glass of room temperature water when you first wake up. Give your body 20 to 30 minutes to process that water before you drink anything else. Then, over the next 2 hours, slowly sip another glass or 2. Allow your kidneys time to process each bit of fluid properly. Think of it like watering a plant. If you dump a huge amount of water on a plant all at once, most of it runs right through without being absorbed, and you might even damage the roots. But if you water slowly and steadily, the plant can absorb and use every drop effectively. Your body works the same way, especially after 70 when your organs need more time and gentleness to function at their best. Here's a practical approach that works beautifully. Keep a water bottle with you from the moment you wake up, but instead of chugging it down, take small sips every 10 to 15 minutes. This gives your kidneys a manageable, steady supply of fluid to work with. Your electrolyte balance stays stable, your organs aren't overwhelmed, and you maintain proper hydration without the dangerous spikes and crashes. Now, let me share something that brings all 3 of these mistakes together, because understanding this connection could truly save your life this summer. Each of these mistakes, starting with caffeine, shocking your system with ice-cold water, or overwhelming your kidneys with too much water at once, doesn't just create its own individual risk. They actually compound each other in ways that can create a perfect storm of danger. Picture the scenario. You wake up on a hot summer morning and immediately drink 2 large glasses of ice-cold water, thinking you're being incredibly health conscious. Within an hour, you follow this with your usual 2 cups of coffee because you need that caffeine to start your day. What you've unknowingly done is create a cascade of stress on your aging body systems that can have devastating consequences as the day heats up. The ice-cold water has shocked your cardiovascular system and forced your body to work harder just to process the temperature change. The large volume has overwhelmed your kidneys and potentially started diluting your blood sodium levels. Then the caffeine comes in, acting as a diuretic and causing you to lose even more fluid and electrolytes through increased urination. Meanwhile, your body is working overtime to try to maintain balance, raising your internal temperature just as the outside temperature is climbing. By 10 a.m., you might feel fine, maybe even energized from the caffeine, but your body is already in a vulnerable state. Your electrolyte balance is disrupted, your kidneys are stressed, your cardiovascular system has been shocked, and your natural cooling mechanisms are compromised. When the real heat of the day hits, say around noon or 1 p.m., your body simply doesn't have the resources it needs to cope effectively. This is when heat exhaustion or heat stroke can strike seemingly out of nowhere. 1 minute you're going about your normal activities, and the next minute you're dizzy, confused, nauseous, or worse. Your family finds you and can't understand how you went from seeming perfectly fine in the morning to being in medical distress by afternoon. The answer lies in these seemingly innocent morning hydration choices that set you up for failure before the day even really began. The beautiful thing is that once you understand these connections, you can easily avoid this dangerous cascade. By making simple adjustments to how and when you hydrate in the morning, you're setting yourself up for a safe, comfortable, energetic day no matter how high the temperature climbs. Let me give you a simple step-by-step morning routine that will keep you safe and properly hydrated throughout even the hottest summer days. This isn't complicated or time-consuming. It's actually easier than what most people are doing now, and it could genuinely save your life. When you first wake up, before you even get out of bed, reach for that glass of room temperature water you've placed on your nightstand the night before. Just one glass. Sip slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. This gentle wake-up call for your system starts the hydration process without shocking your body or overwhelming your kidneys. While you're sipping, take a moment to notice how you're feeling. Are you thirsty? Do you feel tired or energetic? This simple awareness check will help you tune into your body signals throughout the day. After you finish that first glass, get up and go about your normal morning routine. Shower, get dressed, whatever you usually do. This gives your body time to process that initial hydration. After about 20 to 30 minutes, it's time for the second phase of your safe morning hydration routine. Now you can have your coffee or tea, but here's the key. Make it a smaller portion than you're probably used to. Instead of that large mug, try a smaller cup. Savor it. Enjoy the ritual and the taste. But remember that this isn't your hydration. It's your enjoyment. Within 15 minutes of finishing your coffee or tea, drink another glass of room temperature water. Not ice cold. Not a huge amount. Just a normal sized glass at a comfortable temperature. Here's something that might surprise you. Add just a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt to that second glass of water. I'm talking about literally a pinch, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. This isn't enough to make the water taste salty, but it's enough to help your body retain and use that water more effectively. As we age, we need to be more intentional about maintaining our electrolyte balance. And this simple addition helps your kidneys process the water properly while supporting your body's natural cooling system. Over the next hour, as you eat breakfast and start your day, continue sipping water slowly and steadily. Keep a water bottle nearby and take small sips every 10 to 15 minutes. By mid-morning, you should have consumed about 3 glasses of water total, but spread out over 2 to 3 hours rather than all at once. This gentle, steady approach gives your aging kidneys exactly what they need to keep you properly hydrated without creating dangerous imbalances. Now, I want to address something that many of you might be thinking. Adam, this sounds like a lot of work, and I'm not sure I remember to do all these steps. I completely understand that concern, and here's the beautiful truth. After about a week of following this routine, it becomes completely automatic. Your body will actually start craving this gentle, steady hydration because it feels so much better than the shock and overwhelm approach most people use. But let me make this even easier for you. Tonight, before you go to bed, fill a glass with room temperature water and place it on your nightstand. Fill a water bottle and put it in the refrigerator so it will be cool but not ice cold by morning. Put a small container of sea salt next to your coffee maker. These 3 simple preparations take less than 2 minutes, but set you up for a safe, healthy start to your day. Here's what you can expect when you make these changes. Within just a few days, you'll probably notice that you have more steady energy throughout the morning instead of that caffeine spike and crash. You'll likely find that you're less sensitive to hot weather. You can go outside and enjoy your garden, take walks, visit with neighbors, and do the activities you love without feeling drained or overheated. Many of the people I've worked with tell me they feel more mentally sharp and less forgetful when they're properly hydrated from the start of each day. But the most important change is one you might never notice, because it's about what doesn't happen. You won't experience those sudden dizzy spells on hot afternoons. You won't find yourself confused or nauseous when you're out enjoying summer activities. You won't have those frightening moments where you suddenly feel weak and unsteady for no apparent reason. These dangerous episodes simply stop occurring when you start your mornings with safe, gentle hydration practices. I want you to remember that small changes really do make an enormous difference, especially when it comes to staying healthy and safe after 70. You don't need to overhaul your entire lifestyle or give up the things you enjoy. You just need to make a few smart adjustments that work with your aging body instead of against it. These 3 morning hydration mistakes, starting with caffeine, drinking ice-cold water, and overwhelming your system with too much water at once, have probably been putting you at risk for years without you realizing it. But now you know better, and more importantly, you know exactly what to do instead. Knowledge is only powerful when you act on it, so I encourage you to start implementing these changes tomorrow morning. Your body has carried you through 70-plus years of life, through countless challenges and adventures. It deserves your respect and care, especially during these vulnerable summer months when heat-related health crises spike dramatically among older adults. By starting each day with these simple, safe hydration practices, you're giving your body the support it needs to keep you active, independent, and healthy for years to come. I'd love to hear from you in the comments about your experience with these changes. Have you been making any of these dangerous morning mistakes? Are you willing to try the safer alternatives I've shared? Maybe you have your own hydration tips that have worked well for you. I always learn something from the wisdom and experience of this wonderful community. If this information has been helpful to you, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. We're dedicated to sharing practical, research-based advice that helps people over 60 live their healthiest, most vibrant lives. There are so many myths and misconceptions about aging and health, and I'm passionate about cutting through confusion to give you information you can actually use to improve your daily life. Remember, you have the power to make choices every single day that protect your health and enhance your quality of life. Starting your mornings with safe, gentle hydration is one of the simplest and most effective ways to ensure that you can enjoy all the beauty and activities that summer has to offer. Here's to staying healthy, staying safe, and living your absolute best life at any age.